Hey, Cascade Hoops Talk. I got Mike Hall here, Championship Director. Tell me your title.
I'm just on the NAIA Men's Basketball Tournament Committee.
Okay. And you've been doing this, though. I mean, you've been doing it every year I've been back here. So how long have you been doing it?
I've done it 5 years or 6 years, and then I did it previously in another assignment back for that other association.
Yeah.
Another 5 or 6 years. So I've seen a lot of hoops.
Yeah. But in your real job, you're commissioner of the Southern States.
Correct.
So tell us how life is going in the Southern States.
Going very well. So in men's basketball, I'll just profile. We had 6 teams that qualified for the opening round. Unfortunately, Life was the only one that made it here to Kansas City to the final site. We had 4 women's teams that made it to the NAIA tournament. So it's going well.
Mm-hmm.
So now everything is full-time press on spring sports, men's and women's soccer, men's and women's softball, baseball, golf, tennis, flag football. It's really busy. So
with all that going on, how do you have time to come in and do this here?
Well, so I only have to work the conference championships. So when the conference championships are held, myself and my assistant Matt Hicks, he and I run all of our conference championships along with a bunch of student interns.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite part about working the basketball tournament here?
Well, seeing some of the student athletes walk into this arena. They know the history of this arena.
Yeah.
Many of them have never played in a facility like this. So they're sort of awestruck, and they walk in and they look up at the ceiling and they look at all the stands. They get their iPhone out and start doing a video, a 360 video. So I like that. I see that. I listen to some of the coaches when they talk to the teams about what kind of experience they are, and you need to take advantage of this experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're 18 to 22 or a little bit older. And I'm 67, and someday this experience is going to really, really mean something to them, even far more when they get to be our age.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I want to ask you about student athletes in general. You and I are both older guys. We've seen the student athlete really change in the last 30 years, right?
Absolutely.
Where these are generally, as a rule now, they're scholar athletes. You see it all the time in your own conference. I see it all the time in young people, mostly basketball players. You start talking to them, oh, we're going to be an engineer. Oh, I'm going to be a doctor. Oh, I'm going to be talk about the quality of scholar athletes in the NAI.
Well, so they're superior. I just actually spoke a few minutes ago to all the NAI championship interns. There was 10 of them. I just spoke to them about career aspirations, resumes, how to get that first job, how to climb the career ladder. They can't jump up at the top and start at the top. They have to work their way and pay their dues.
Yeah.
But there's some extraordinary student athletes. And in our conference, we recognize that all of our conference awards banquets are all academic performers. They have to have a 3.25 GPA and be in their 3rd semester or longer. And we recognize all of those performers.
Awesome.
Each one of our sports, we have 20 sports. For each of our sports, we recognize one scholar athlete that's the top scholar athlete among all of our sports. And so that's a selection process. Each of the schools send some of their information about their grade point, their community involvement, things that they've done outside extracurricular. And we actually send them medals. It's not just a certificate. We send them medals.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have some superior athletes and that take academics for what it's supposed to be, student and then athlete.
Over the yesterday on the day off, we sat down with 8 of the 2 from each team of this Fab 4. And they're just, every time I do that, I'm just blown away by the quality of people in the NAI.
Yeah. I think also it's a reflection on the coaches and recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you need to recruit what you really want your team to look like. And if you take chances on people that might not be able to cut it academically, it could mess up the entire chemistry of the team.
Yeah.
So they really, really need to do their homework academically, from a character standpoint, and all those components go into making a championship team.
Yeah. So what have you thought about this tournament so far? We're down to the Fab 4, that the semifinals are here in a couple hours here.
Well, so I've been asked quite a few times who's going to win tonight, and really, it could be either way. I mean, any 4 of the teams could win.
Yep.
You know better than anybody. We have 3 number 1 seeds and a number 7 seed. So Wesleyan is a number 7 seed, but they're playing very well.
Yeah.
They play well together. They're quick. They shoot the ball well. They have some key players. I spoke to one of the guys at practice the other day. I don't know his name, but he's number 7 for Wesleyan.
Okay.
He had 15 points and 16 boards, and that was his career high on boards.
Nick Benet, yeah.
Yeah. So So those types of people have to pop out to help a team.
Oh, absolutely,
to be successful. And so I think it's going to be some great competition. And you know this. I'm proud of the NAIA basketball level. There's some really, really good players. And unfortunately, there's some other schools that come here to try to poach some of our athletes. And that's unfortunate, but that's just the world we live in.
Yeah.
But the caliber of the athlete is very, very high, both athletically, and athletic and academically.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Well, Mike, I'm glad we were able to spend a few minutes talking NAIA basketball.
Hey, I thank you for all that you all do too. You all, you're not just a Pacific Northwest organization.
No.
You know all of NAIA basketball, and you have for years. And we're glad to have you on the table down there beside our tournament committee.
That means a lot. Thank you, Mike. Okay. That's Mike Hall. He's Commissioner of Southern States. I'm not going to try to give you your title here again.
No, that's fine. That's it.